Welcome to Daily English Room. Today's topic is learning English. Our first topic is the reason why you want to learn English.
As an environmental science student, I see English as a tool for global change. Climate change is a worldwide issue, and I want to participate in international conferences and research projects. English is the lingua franca of science, so it's essential for my future in this field.
Now, let's talk about the challenges you've faced. What has been your biggest challenge in learning English, and how are you overcoming it?
Technical vocabulary is my biggest hurdle. Environmental science has so many specific terms. I'm tackling this by reading scientific papers in English and creating flashcards for new terms. I also joined an online forum for environmental scientists where I can practice using these terms in context.
Now, let's look to the future. What is your biggest goal for using English in the next year?
I've applied for a summer internship with an environmental NGO in Canada. If I get it, I'll be using English every day in a professional setting. My goal is to be able to confidently contribute ideas in team meetings and write reports by the end of the internship.
To help achieve them, you must be using various learning resources. So, what's your favorite resource for learning English, and why?
For me, it's the National Geographic website. Their articles cover a wide range of environmental topics, which aligns perfectly with my studies. The language is sophisticated yet accessible, and the accompanying videos help with listening comprehension. I often summarize articles in English to practice my writing skills.
What's a cultural misunderstanding or surprise you've encountered while learning or using English?
During a video call with Canadian researchers, I mentioned I'd been mugging all night before our meeting. They looked shocked, and I couldn't understand why. In Nigerian English, mugging means studying intensely. I didn't realize that in other varieties of English, it means robbing someone. We had a good laugh about it, and I learned to say, cramming, or studying hard, instead.
Learning a language can be challenging, but it also has its rewarding moments. Can you share a moment when you felt you'd made a real breakthrough in your English skills?
My breakthrough moment was during a Model United Nations conference. I was representing Nigeria and had to give a speech on climate change policies. As I spoke, I noticed the room was silent, everyone was listening intently. After my speech, delegates from other countries engaged me in debate, and I could respond confidently and articulately. That's when I realized I could use English effectively to advocate for causes I care about on an international stage.
Language learning is also about consistent practice. How do you incorporate English into your daily life outside of formal study or work?
I've started a small English book club with other international students. We meet weekly in a local cafe to discuss English novels related to environmental themes. It's a great way to improve vocabulary, practice speaking, and debate ideas in English. I also keep a daily journal in English about environmental news and my reflections on it.
Learning a language can sometimes be frustrating. What do you do to stay motivated when you feel discouraged in your English learning journey?
When motivation is low, I watch speeches by influential environmentalists in English. It reminds me that mastering English is about more than personal achievement, it's about being able to contribute to global conversations on issues I care about. I also have a study buddy, and we send each other encouraging voice messages in English, celebrating small victories.
Language learning often involves bridging cultural gaps. Can you share an experience where you successfully navigated a cultural difference using your English skills?
During a virtual environmental conference, I was discussing reforestation projects with colleagues from various countries. I noticed some participants seemed hesitant to disagree openly with senior members. Recognizing this could be a cultural difference, I suggested we use a digital tool for anonymous feedback. This allowed everyone to express their opinions freely. By addressing this cultural difference diplomatically in English, we had a more productive and inclusive discussion.
Sometimes the most effective learning methods are ones we don't expect. What's an unconventional or unexpected strategy that has really helped improve your English skills?
I started writing fan fiction in English for my favorite sci-fi series. It began as a hobby, but it significantly improved my writing skills. Engaging with other fans in the comments sections has enhanced my ability to discuss and debate in English. Plus, trying to mimic the style of different characters has made me more aware of how word choice and sentence structure can convey personality and emotion.
What's your ultimate aspiration or dream that you hope to achieve through English proficiency?
My dream is to represent Nigeria at the United Nations Climate Change Conference. I want to be a voice for African nations in global environmental policy making. Proficiency in English is essential for participating in these high-level international discussions and negotiations. Eventually, I hope to establish an international NGO that focuses on implementing sustainable practices in developing countries, bridging the gap between global policies and local actions.
Learning a new language can be a transformative experience. How has learning English changed you as a person or altered your worldview?
Learning English has reinforced my identity as a global citizen. It's allowed me to engage with environmental activists worldwide, showing me that while our specific challenges may differ, our fundamental goals are the same. This has made me more empathetic and collaborative. Interestingly, it's also deepened my appreciation for my native Yoruba. I've become an advocate for preserving indigenous languages alongside learning global ones, seeing both as crucial for a diverse, interconnected world.
Now, let's talk about AI's future impact on English learning. How do you think AI will influence the way people learn English in the future?
AI has a lot of potential to make English learning more efficient and accessible. I've already seen how AI can help analyze data and research in environmental science, and I think it will play a big role in language learning too. AI can tailor lessons to individual needs and learning speeds, making education more personalized. It could also help connect people globally for more collaborative learning experiences.
Do you think AI can fully replace human teachers in English learning? Why or why not?
I think AI can support teachers but not replace them. Human teachers provide a sense of community and real-world experience that AI doesn't have. Especially when it comes to discussing global issues like climate change, having a human teacher who can share diverse perspectives is really valuable. AI can enhance learning, but human interaction is still essential.
What role do you think AI can play in helping people overcome language barriers?
AI can definitely help reduce language barriers, especially in international fields like mine. Real-time translation tools and AI-powered apps can make it easier for researchers from different countries to collaborate. In climate science, where we need to share data globally, AI can help people communicate and understand research in English even if it's not their first language.
Now, what advice would you give to your younger self or someone just starting to learn English?
I would tell my younger self to stay confident and not be afraid of making mistakes. Every mistake is a learning opportunity. I'd also say, don't just focus on the technical aspects of English, immerse yourself in the culture and conversations. That's where you really learn how to use the language. And most importantly, keep your goals in sight and remember why you started.
That's all for today's daily English room conversation practice. Thank you for joining us. If you enjoyed this video, like, leave a comment, and hit the subscribe button. See you next time.